So, good evening, everybody. Let me welcome you to my class. I I would love you to just drop a message if you can hear me loud and clear. If the audio is perfect, before we get started, you can just drop me a message in the chat. I can respond. I can see your chats here. I can see hello, bro. Fadeke, you're welcome. Mayowa, you're welcome. Tomori Adeyemi, you're welcome. Adike Ahmed, Oriyomi, you're welcome. Just confirm if you can hear me. If my audio is it's okay, then I can just start without any delay. So you can just tell me in the chat if you can hear me. I'm still waiting for no sound. Okay. Yeah, it should be up now. I think it was when somebody said there was no sound and I had to just play with the microphone. Okay, can you hear me now? You should be able to hear me now. It was when somebody said no microphone that I had to just um, touch the microphone. Oh, okay, okay then. I think we're fine then. So we can just increase the volume of our microphones too, so that I wouldn't just be touching the microphone from here. Okay, all right. So, what is AI automation and why do we need? Somebody is still saying no sound. I think I got feedback that you can hear me loud and clear. I'll just continue. Okay, so what is AI automation? In this world of ours today, everybody wants to work faster and smarter. You want to work faster, you want to work smarter, right? And at the same time, like I said in one of my videos, you want to also make money. You know, a lot of us are using these AI tools today. We just go to ChatGPT, we type our charts, our prompts, we get feedback, and that's all we do. That's fine, right? But I'm saying that we should be able to do more. We should be able to get more out of this AI bubble, right? You will be want to say, hey, a lot of people know about AI now, so there is nothing I can sell to people that they will buy. I tell you that that's not the case. Many people are out there that they still don't even know what this is all about or how they can get the best out of it. So back to AI automation, you want to work faster, you want to work smarter, and you don't even want to learn how to write codes, right? You don't want to start learning Python or any programming languages at this particular point in time. So we are going to be using one of those tools called make.com. Just make.com. So we're going to be using make.com. As I'm running through the introduction, you can just head over to make.com on your PC and then sign up for free. Everything we are going to be doing today, to a certain extent, you'll be able to do it for free, except the part that we'll be using uh, uh, OpenAI's API, but you will still follow me. You'll still be able to experience what I'm talking about. So let me just take us straight to make.com for you to see the interface. So you go to make.com, make.com. So that is what we are going to be using, make.com. So we are going to be using make.com, make, make dot com. So that is the platform that we're going to be using. So head over to make.com and just sign up for free. So you are signing up for free. You're not paying any money, at least for now. You're not paying. Go to make.com and sign up. And this is make.com's interface. Once you sign up on make.com, you will get to this environment, and I will talk you through what you're seeing now and how to go about creating scenarios or making use of the template there for basic and simple automations. That's the goal. Smarter, faster, more efficient, and I don't want to lose sight of that. Make some money this 2025. So this is make.com. What can you do with make.com? With make.com, you want to automate processes and flow. Let me cite an example. Maybe you run your businesses and people will go over to your website, they go to your website, they fill a form or they request for your service, whatever the case may be. So when they send you a message or they fill a form, you need to be there, check where the form, their responses are being stored. You want to fetch the data yourself and act on their requests. But with automation, you can employ something at the background that will fetch the information as the people are dropping it in your form, on your form. It could be your WhatsApp, it could be your mail, it could be on a form on your website. And you want their responses to be acted upon by something else. Maybe you want a mail to be sent back to them with different information about their request. Maybe you want their request to be sent to your logistics team that will deliver their product, or to be sent to the production room for their product to be processed. Or you get the data, you want the data to be sent into somewhere for it to be processed. So all those processes that you do yourself, you want a situation whereby all these things will be done at the background without you doing anything. So this is the make.com. There are other platforms like Zapier. In fact, there is also Microsoft Power Automate. But I tell you, make.com is very, very simple. You can easily learn make.com and create simple automation. In fact, we are going to do two this evening, and you can just try your hands on those two after the session, and then you can begin to build more flows for people. So this is make.com. You have organization, of course. You want to register your organization, put your organization name there. You can have different organizations on the platform where you create different flows for people. That's that. You can add more than one person to your team. Maybe you have people working with you and they want to be using the same account here. You can add more people there. At the bottom here, you have Resource Hub, you have What's New. This is where you can actually learn more about make.com. You want to get inside the help for you to know how to use the platform. This is where we're going. If you click on more, right? I've clicked on more here. I have the first one here called scenarios. I have the first one called scenarios. Yes, Amid, after the session live, the video will be there. You can replay the video. There's no problem. You can always rewatch the video. You have scenarios. This is where you will be able to create your own new scenarios. Okay, you want to sit down with business owners. You want to say, what are the things that you do? Talk me through your process. When you understand their process, then you will now come down and plan the scenarios, and use the various modules on make.com to create their workflows. You will now create it based on what they do. Okay, this is the first thing you do, and then you move to the second thing, and you move to the third thing, and you move to the fourth level. So you understand the process. With scenarios, you will create completely new flow. That is what you do in scenarios. In fact, that's what we are going to be using this evening. The second one is templates. Let me click on templates. On make.com, you have dozens of templates that have been created already that you can just take and use. You can take them and use them. Maybe you don't want to create something new. For example, see this one, generate ChatGPT completions from Google Sheets. Meaning you want to quickly use these templates to take feedback from people via the Google Sheet, and then whatever they submit should be taken to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT should work on whatever has been dropped in the Google Sheet. That's what this is all about. You have synchronized Facebook leads with Google Sheet, send email from a new Google Sheet. So you have lots of templates here that you can take time to study. There is one here, create a basic chatbot for WhatsApp. That will be another day. So maybe some of us are using business WhatsApp, and what we do is just to set up a simple greeting and say, oh, welcome, this is Olaliko store, I sell bag and chair. That's all. But what if they want to continue to have conversations with you, and you want the chatbot to be able to respond and give them concise responses and information based on what you sell? As they are making requests, the bot is responding like human, not just pre-typed responses. So you can use these templates if that's what you want to do. You want to post on Discord from Telegram. You see, there are lots of templates here that you can use as they are, or you can build on them. Meaning, I can start this and say I want to send SMS via Plivo to Facebook. Then I want to add more levels to what I have here. So you can either adopt what you have here or build on what you have here. So you have different templates that have been pre-designed here. And remember, I said we want to also make money. You can also create your own templates and be selling to people. Maybe you want to look at common flows for different category of businesses or people. Flows that normally you've got people that will need this flow. So you want to create that template and then you sell to multiple people. You know, that one is better than you just one person, you create everything from scratch, and another person, you create everything from scratch again. You can create a complex scenario that a typical category of business people will use. Okay. So these are templates. You can take your time to run through the various templates that are here. Yes, Femi, the replay will always be available on it will be there. The replay will always be there. But what we want to do today is we want to create our own from scratch. That's what we want to do. We want to create our own from scratch. So I will go to scenarios, click on scenarios. I'll click on scenarios, and on your own system you won't see any scenario here. On this particular account, I have already created scenarios, but we're not using them. We are creating a new scenario. Oh, thank you, Amza. That's my friend from Tunisia. So merci. So we want to create a new scenario from here, right? I'll create a new scenario, meaning I don't want to use the templates that have been created. I want to create my own. So I will paint a typical scenario and we'll build something on it. Let's say I am a business owner. I sell shoes and bags. That's what I do. I sell shoes and bag. And I have a website, or I've created like a form, a Google form, that people will always drop their messages there. People will always drop their messages on, they will fill the form on their Google sheet. And I want whatever they must have selected that they want to buy, I want them to receive a mail immediately, giving them like a summary of what they've said they want to buy. And at the same time, I want to send a mail to the production team or to the logistic team and say, so 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 person have placed an order, so go and deliver this set of products to this person living in this area. I don't want to be the one to be monitoring the video. So I don't want to be monitoring the video. I don't want to be doing all these things. I want to set up the flow. Sorry, some people are like asking for the link on Telegram. I am not joining Telegram today. So I quickly just want to drop a link for them. Okay, so I don't want to be the one to be monitoring the Google Sheet and be doing all that. So should we understand the flow? I set up a Google form. People fill the form. As they are filling the form, they get a mail instantly that we've received their orders, and will also list out what they said they would love to buy for them to have it as a confirmation. And at the same time, I want to send a mail to the logistic team that will package their products and send it to them. So that is the first scenario we will be creating. The second scenario is, the link is here for Facebook. So you just jump on my timeline, you see that I'm online. So this is what we want to do. Let's do the first one. Set up Google Sheets, get the information to uh, let's get it, send a mail to two different categories of people. So how do we do that? I've clicked on new scenario, right? And you can see that this is, it's blank. There is nothing there, unlike the templates that I was able to show us earlier. So this is just blank. So I'll click on this plus sign, and then I have different apps. In fact, you've got more than 1,000 apps here that you can connect your flow to. You have Google Sheets here, email here, OpenAI, ChatGPT, Google Doc, HTTP, Airtable, Facebook Messenger. You want people to automate the responses people get from your messenger, and you want it to give them the information that they should get. You want to connect to Google Drive, Gmail, Notion, Telegram, WordPress, Shopify, phone number, you know? You want them to call out. You want to connect to Excel, to OneDrive, to YouTube, automate your video posting on YouTube. There are lot of apps there. WhatsApp is there, Postgre is there, PandaDoc is there. You can see that we have many apps here. So I doubt if there is a particular connector that you're looking for that you won't even be able to get here. So you've got a lot of apps here. So let's go back to the scenario I painted. The first thing is, we want to set up what? A Google form, where people will be filling the form, and then our flow will work on the form as they are submitting. So I will go to my Google form. I want to believe we know how to a Google form. So this is a Google form that I've created before this class. I created this form. You can always go to your Google account, and then you create a simple form. So we're not going to spend time on how to create a form. So this form, I call this order request. So when people see my form, they pick either they are buying our shoe or they want to buy the bag. That's the first thing I want them to choose. The second thing is, don't do that. The second thing is, what color I want them to choose the color they want to buy, right? So the color is there. I want them to punch in their names here. Yeah, don't do this. My system is trying to just play a fast one on me. Okay, cool. I think it's back. They will drop their name, they will drop their phone numbers, depending on what you want to collect from them, and they punch in their email addresses. And I also want them to drop their location. There's a reason why I put just these two locations there. I said Lagos and I said other states. So I'm thinking if they are based in Lagos, there is a um, separate process for them or separate arrangement for them. If the order is from outside Lagos, there's a separate arrangement for them. I just want to use that to show you how to filter the form when people are filling. So if you have somebody, a different team working on shoe, a different team working on bags. So when they place order, I don't want the request of a person that is ready to buy shoes to go to the team that is producing bags. And I don't want the people that are producing bags to be getting the request that somebody needs a shoe so we can filter. That is what I want to show us with this location. So we've created the form. Simple as ABC, right? The form that we normally create in Google Form. So let's go back to our scenario. The first level here, right, which I call like the trigger, what will start the entire flow. Something will start the flow, and that is whenever a form is completed. So that form is what? Google Sheets. If it is Microsoft form, I will look for Microsoft form here. If it is Trello form, you look for Trello here. There are many apps here, depending on what has been used to get your form. If it is a coded form, maybe the developer wrote the code, you can also get it as well. So I will look for Google form here. So I'll look for Google form. Yes, if they want both shoe and bag, that's why I said you understand the flow first. You want to sit with them. This is just an example for you to understand the business flow, and you will build something for them, something that will meet their need. If somebody is buying boats, do you want the request to go to two different teams? You can do that as well. So we are using the Google form, and see under Google form you still have what? Get a form, search form, create form. If these are the actions that you want to add, but we want it to do what? Get feedback or responses from the form. So we are going to pick watch responses. So we want to watch responses, meaning triggers when a new response is received. That's what we want it when we want it to start. When a new response is received, get into action. So that is our trigger. So I have added that. By adding it, make.com doesn't understand your Google account or your whatever account that you've used to create the form. So you will need to do what? To connect Google form. You will sign in for Make to be able to access your form. So that is what it is displaying on the screen now. It is saying connection. So what connection? You won't have any connection here because I've been using this. So you will click on what? Add. You click on add, and it will show you my Google connection, and it will ask you to do what? To sign in with Google. It will just take you to another page. You punch in your Google email and password, and you're fine. So you'll be able to sign in. By doing that, you would have connected to your account. So that is important. You need to connect your form to your Make. The second thing here is what? Form ID. It is possible that you have many forms on your Google account. So which particular form should make.com watch? Which one should it watch? I said after picking Google Form, you want to connect to your account. You will just click on add, then it will ask you to log in to your Google account. Type your Google username and password. That's all. Because we are using Google Form. If you are using Microsoft Form, you know that it has to be Microsoft Form, right? It has to be Microsoft Form, but we are using Google Form. Log into your Google account. Then the form ID. Which form are you talking about? Let's go back to my form. This form is this form is called order requests. So I need the form ID. It is requesting for the form ID. I'll show you how to get a form ID, but you can also just do what? Search your account. You know, I said it is what? Order. So let me just uh, order tracking or order form that I use. You can search too. But to get the precise form, you can copy it. No, I'm not live on LinkedIn today. That will probably be next time. Even what's it called? I don't know why TikTok is has not connected. I don't know. But we are on Facebook now. Let's just continue with Facebook. All right. So the form ID now, how do we get the form ID? Let's go back to our form and look at the URL at the top here. You see this URL here. Our form ID starts from this, after this D here, after this D here. Okay, TikTok is saying it's streaming. So let me leave it. All right. So after this D, you see we have this one U something something up until where we have this edit. So I won't copy edit and I won't copy docs.google.com /form /d. I'll just copy it from this one. I'll copy it till the S here. So that is my form ID. Okay, TikTok is connected. That's cool. So that's my form ID. So I will copy it and then go back and drop the form ID here. So I'll paste it here. Right. So I'll paste it. So that is my form ID saying this is the exact form that you should do what you should be watching. The next thing here says limit. Let's read what is there. The maximum number of results to be worked with during one execution cycle. If you are the type that people they send you more requests, you might want to increase the limit here. What this means is anytime I run my flow, how many results do I want it to work with at every point in time? Even if you drop one there, you can always turn it on and say every 5 minutes or every 1 minute. That way it will be doing it 247. Or if you just want to set up and say every 1 a.m., every 2 p.m., depending on what they do in that company or in that organization. But I'll just leave it as 2 here. I won't just touch that. So what did we do here? We connected our Google Form account, our Google ID. Then we added the form ID here, and that's all. So let's say okay. We will know if the form is successfully connected. I'll show you in a bit. So it is saying choose where to start. We want it from now on. Or if I still want to choose a specific date, maybe we don't want to start taking orders for now. I don't want the flow rather to start working. So let it start working at a later date. or anytime I come here to click. I don't want it to just work. I want anytime, but I'll leave it at from now on. Then I say okay. So look at it. It is saying it is watching my Google form. Just one module that we've added. So I want to go and do something on the form and come and check here if it has actually captured what is in that form. Just to test, we've not completed anything, right? So let me go back to the form here and just let me copy the form and pretend as if I am filling the form just to, oh, yeah, just to, what did I do? Okay, copy responder. I just want you to see that we've started something, despite the fact that we've not completed it, we've not added more modules, just one module. So I want to fill this form, shoe, yellow sugar, and then phone number. I'll just put anything here, email, and then Lagos. You see, just this. Like I said, limit means how many. Oh, that's true. Next time I will ask you to fill. Don't worry. Next time I'll ask you to fill, and you put your own email address and you confirm whether you receive the mail immediately or not. So the limit is how many forms do you want it to work with at every point in time. If it is just one form at a time or 10 forms at a time. So that depends on how often you want the flow to be working. But we'll get into that, right? So this is the form, right? If I submit this, let me just submit it. I want to submit this form. Okay, I've submitted the form. So let me come back here now. Just to at least just to check and see if something it's already working here. So our form is here. Let me just run it. You see, it's only one thing, or just one thing, and I clicked on run. Can you see the output here? It's already showing me that yes, it has connected to that form. This way, you know what is going on right from the onset, that oh, module 1, it's done, and that's perfect. By just running it, it has read the form, and it is showing me that these are the questions in my form. What item would you like to buy? Your location, your name, phone number, the color, even when it was submitted. So I know that flow 1 is perfect. Now, what do I want to happen after reading or watching the responses? Maybe we already have a big Excel sheet that all our responses should be fed into, like a good big Google sheet. We are using Google now, so let me just go with another Google sheet that will be storing all the responses. I know somebody will be like, now, if you're creating a form, then you should be able to get the results somewhere in a form of a Google sheet. Yes, but this case, you are in charge of what should be stored there. You can decide and say not everything should be stored. You can decide and say more data should be collected from another source, or you are getting data from 2, 3, 4, 10 forms, and you are compiling everything in the same sheet. So we want whatever that must have been fed in here to be stored in a Google sheet. So I'll go back to my Excel Google Sheet. This is Google Sheets. We know how to use Google Sheets. I created an Excel sheet. I keep saying Excel. I created a Google Sheet called order tracking. And then all my questions are my headers here. Let me go back to the form so that you see. This is the form. Question 1, what is the item you love to order. Okay, what color, and so on and so forth. Even this one, maybe this should not be here. Yeah, I will send it to you. Don't worry. Once I want to get more responses, I will send it to you, and everybody will be filling, and you'll be getting the result. So I said, what item would you like to order? What color would you like to order? The name, the phone number. So I used all this as my header here. Column A, what is the item? Column B, and so on. So as they are filling it, I want the lines to be populated. I want the rows to be populated one after the other here. I want it to be populated. Okay, so we've done this, right? So we will connect the form to this sheet. We will connect the form to this sheet. So let's go back to make. So we are adding another module. So can somebody just type in the chat, what module are we adding now? What module are we adding? You know, I explained now. So what module are we adding now? We want to connect it to Google Sheets. So we are adding a Google Sheets module. So I'll click on plus. We still have our apps here. And can you see Google Sheets? I'll click on Google Sheets. What do I want to do? I want it to be doing what? To be adding a row. I want it to be adding a row. So as the data is coming in from Google Sheets, I want it to be adding a row. You know, when you fill the form, what else do I want it to do? Add a row. So that's what we want to do now. We want it to do what? To add a row. So can you see that even when you've selected a module, you still have many options there. You have many options there, not just one thing. You have many options there. So we'll pick add a row. So we are picking add a row. So don't mind me, I just want to be monitoring the screen here so that I know you can still see me. So add a row. Same thing we did earlier on. Add your connection. If it is not there, because you are using it for the first time, definitely you will need to add it. So add, I'm showing us again, add your Google connection. It will ask you to sign in with Google. So you click on sign in with Google, type your email address, type your password, and you're fine. So it will let you know that you've successfully connected it. The second thing is search method. So you want it to search the path. So just leave that one there. And then where is what you are connecting to? I hope you know that your Google Sheet is stored in your Google Drive. So you know your Google Sheet is stored in your Google Drive there. So that you know what you're doing. So it is still inside your Google Drive. So the next thing will now be click here to choose the sheets. Okay, so we want to select the Google Sheets itself. I'll click on it. It is browsing through my Google Drive now, looking for the Google Sheets that I created, this order tracking. So we want to connect to it. So it is searching. So I can look for it here and say order tracking. Because it is connected to my account. It is connected to my account, so I know that everything is cool. I connected to my Google Drive. I looked for the order tracking number, order tracking Google Sheet, and then it is asking for the sheet name. If you come back here, you know that Excel, Google Sheets, you can have more than one sheet here. But this particular file has just one worksheet called sheet 1. So make is asking me so that it will know the exact sheets to be populating. We have just sheet 1 there, so we'll pick sheet 1. If you have more than one sheet in your own file, then you look for that particular sheet. But in this case, it is on sheet 1, just one sheet. I'll scroll down. My table contains headers. Yes, look at my table here. So these are headers. So that it won't start filling it from row 1. It will leave row 1 for my headers and then continue from row 2. Okay, I said yes. Now let's pay attention here. Can you see that all the headers are now here? Values. What is the item you would like to order? That's what column A, column B, column C, column D, column E, column F. And if we come back here, we have column A, B, C, D, E, F. These are the columns that we want to be populating. And by connecting it, it has listed out those columns here. The next thing will now be, what do I want make to be storing in each of the columns? So what do we want to be storing there? Whatever the person must have submitted in the form. So whatever the person must have submitted in the form, we want it in this column. If the person has selected shoe, let shoe be here. If the person has selected blue for color, match the exact response from that person. Let it be here. So how are we going to tell this module that this is what we want there? The first column, column A, what is the item you would like to order? You notice that immediately let me click outside. By clicking inside here, what happened? It brought out something to my right hand here. And what are those things? The responses in the form. Okay, it brought all these blue things there. Is it blue? Yeah, blue. Here. The first one is response ID, time, and then you have the answers. What is the item you would like to order? Can you see that automatically it has fetched all those things from the form? We now have them here. So we can match them to their columns the way we would love everything to be added. That's what I'm showing you now, Fadeke. That's how you will identify them. You know, they have their email and every other thing. It will sort it out. So column A, what item would you like to order? So I want to look for the responses from the form. And that is what item would you like to order? You will expand it. Can you see this drop down arrow beside it? Expand it, come to the answer, expand it again. You see answers, expand it again until you get to where you have the value, meaning the value that the person must have dropped in there. Put it inside column A. You will now select the value. You see that by selecting the value, it has populated this column A for me. We'll come to the second column. What color? Let's look for the answer here. What color? Expand, expand, expand answer, and then pick the value. Can you see that the first person here is already showing us that yellow is there? I pick the value. The next, Fadeke asked the question, how do we identify their names, their phone numbers, their email addresses? So we will match the name also, your name. The person responded, so we should see the answer here, value. We'll click it. The phone number too, we'll come to where we have phone numbers, the text, the answer, the value. The email addresses will do same, expand, expand, expand the value. And the last one, location, expand, expand, and the value. So this way we have matched the responses to the columns, just like just how we want everything to be sorted. So we've done this and we'll say okay. And we'll say okay. So this way we have done two modules. Can you see something? We've done two modules. Module one gets responses from the form, send it to our Google Sheet. Right. So what do we now want after everything has been dropped in the Google Sheet? The last module. We want a mail to be sent, two mails now, one to the buyer and one to our own team members that will work on it. Or maybe you want to help a logistics company set up their workflow. You know, they are not the ones selling the products, right? As people are placing orders, you just want the mail to be sent to the seller and notify the seller they've requested for your packet to find a way of sending it to our dispatch rider. You know, you want to automate the process. So we are adding another module that will now say what? Send the mail to whoever that has filled the form. So I will click add a module. This time around, we are adding what? Email. And the email will now be what? Send mail. So we can search for it here, but email is here already. So I'll pick email as my next module. I'll pick email as my next module. And what do we want the mail to do? Copy, create, delete, get, move. What we want is send an email. So you have many things many actions depending on what you want. We want you to send a mail. So I pick send a mail. Here is the catch here. To send a mail out using Google, that will be another, using your Gmail, that will be another class on its own. For now, connecting Gmail, not Google Form, not Google Sheet, Gmail itself, you need to go through some steps. So I will use Gmail to send out the mail because this module is the one that is sending out the mail. So I will use Microsoft account, meaning Outlook, Live, you can easily set that up. Yahoo, you can easily set it up. Even if you have your business email account, you can easily set it up. But that of Gmail, it will take some processes. Okay, so if you are trying out with Gmail, you will need to go through this online help. But maybe next time I'll probably show us how to set up that of Gmail. You need to go through like 4 or 5 steps. But if it were to be Outlook or business mail, just click on add and it is asking for the connection type. Click on the drop down. Can you see Google restricted? So you need to do something about the restriction. Then you have what? Microsoft, which is straightforward. And then what? Others. For our business email addresses, for Yahoo, for any other AOL and so on, you will use the others. And then you can always get the setup, the SMTP from them. They will easily provide you with that. But I will use Microsoft accounts here. So I'll just pick Microsoft and say, I want to use that connection. And you just save. It will ask you to log in to your Microsoft account. You will do that the way we've been doing. So here I will use my Microsoft that I've connected. I have connected my own Gmail because I've followed that process, but I'm saying you will do that later. Yes, no problem, Fadike. You can check out the video. It will be on my wall, and you can watch it anytime. So this email is the mail that will send out the emails to the people that are filling the form. Most businesses already have their own business mail, so you might want to use that. Then, do I want the mails to be stored in my mails too? I don't want that. I don't want to keep a copy of all the emails that are going out. No, that will just occupy all the spaces in my mail. So I will leave it at no. The next thing is to which email address the person that must have filled the form. Can you see what we're doing now? So it will look for the person that must have filled the form and say, I am sending it to this person. It won't mix things up at all. There won't be a case of, oh, I requested for shoe, you are sending me bag. No. So which email address? You click inside. Same thing we did earlier. Look for the email. Can you see? Email, expand, expand the answers and pick the value. So it will always fetch the email addresses of all the people that are filling the form. There won't be mix up at all. So I said send to that person. Then the subject, I want the subject to be your order has been received, or whatever you want the subject to be, the email that will go out. Your order has been received. And then the content type, it should be plain text. I want it to be plain text. Let it send out text to them, not HTML. So what should the content be? This is where we will also personalize the content. We want to acknowledge the buyers and say we've received your orders, you ordered shoe, you ordered bag. We want them to feel it there that we know what we're doing. We don't just want to write a generic mail and say thank you for patronizing us, you will hear from us soon. No, that's not good enough. So I want to say thank you for your order with Ola Wears, the name of the company, right? Ola Wears. Then I want to say your order is being processed as below. So I want to refer to what the person must have filled. So I'm saying your order is being processed below. But let me go back. I want to greet the person. So I want to say, there, and I want to put the person's name there. There, where are we going to get the name? We'll come here, your name, answer, and pick the value. So I am saying, there, pick the person's name from the form. Don't just say dear user or dear buyer. No, say dear Shola, dear Chidima, and then continue. Thank you for your order with Ola Wears. Your order is being processed as below. So I want to mention what the person has ordered. I want to say goods ordered. Goods ordered. So I want to say, yeah, what did the person order? So I want the answer here. Your answer, what item would you like to order? Expand it, and pick the answer. So it will fetch what the person has ordered here. Then I'll say the color the person selected too. So let the color be in front. Yes, of course, you can put the comma here. Yeah, I should even put that. Yeah, thank you, Babatunde. I should even put comma here. Right. So the color the person has ordered, we can pick the color from here, expand it, and pick color. You see, we've selected um, the goods the person has ordered. Then I want to close my mail. Maybe I want to say, I want to always sign up by saying, um, we are the best or something, something. I'll say, okay, thank you for choosing us. So thank you for choosing us, and um, we are the best. Ola. So this is what I want the mail content to be. So it will personalize it, pick the person's name, pick the good the person must have ordered, and the color. So this is all now. Then I will say okay. So we are done with this flow now. This flow, we are done with this flow. Do the Google form, put it in the Google Sheet, and send the mail to the people that have patronized us. But wait a minute. What about the mail to our own people that will now deliver, or the logistics team, or the dispatch rider, right? So I can come here, right click, add another module. So that module too should be email, almost the same thing that I've done here. So I'll just be fast with that. Send a mail, connect, use my Outlook to send it to them too. Make is free for I think 1,000 runnings or 1,000 runnings. But if you now want to do more, you pay. I get a lot of questions anytime I use a tool. People will always ask, is it free? Is it free? If you want to get more out of a tool, be prepared to pay, right? If you want to be using this to make money, to create template for people, to automate processes for people, hey, there is no way you will rely on the free version. But you can still use the make for free, at least to do, I think, 1,000 processes, sort of. You will see there. So what I'm using now is still free. It's free. I've not done any payments on make. So I added my mail. The only difference will now be what? Where I'm sending it to. Okay. So I'm sending it to our team. So maybe I want to put their email address there. So this one will be the one that is going where? To our team. So that's why I put a specific email address there. And the subject, I want the subject to be the same. I want to be the subject. Yes, if you want them to pay, like I said, there are many modules there. So you will understand the flow. And then, oh, that's your question. Don't mind me. I was thinking you were asking if it is free or yes, if you want them to pay before you process, you have the platform there. You have different apps that you are probably going to use to take payment. If you want to use Stripe and some other payment gateways are there. So until that is done, before you process their order. So that's a good question too, Olori. So the subject, you want the subject to still be the same subject that uh, whatever you want the subject to be, you want to put it there and say a new order, a new order. I want to put a new order there so that our team will know that, oh, there is a new order. Yes, Benga, you can send it to WhatsApp. I've tested that. You can, like I said during the introduction, this can be just your WhatsApp. The flow can start from your WhatsApp. When they send you a message on WhatsApp, there should be a trigger. You should start responding to them. Okay. So I said, yeah, MailChimp is there. So you say a new order and then plain text. So the content should now be what? Oh, guys, we have received a new order from, the person's name, from the name of the person. So pick the name also so that they know who they are supplying from this person. The order from this person, let me just put from this person as below. So we've received order from this person as below. So what did the person order? We'll go and pick the item again and say this person ordered um, shoe, and then the color, and then the color. So you are not typing anything, you are just saying fetch whatever the person must have dropped. So that's all. I'll just say okay. So um we have this connector here that, oh, mail should go to the buyer and the mail should go to our team. But look at what I have there. I don't want this to follow this flow, meaning mail will go to these buyers and then it will come down. No, it shouldn't be this flow. So what I want to do is I want a break here, right? So I want this to be connected to this so that we have like multiple um routes here, multiple routes here. Yes, Bukola, like I responded earlier, so you can do that. There are different payment gateways there that you can add. Okay, so there is another module that we call router. So I can still come here and add a module here. You know, I can add a module and say, even after I'm done with my work, can you see? You can still click add module, do whatever you want to do. All right. But I noticed that our time is up and I don't want to just, we will be doing a lot later. So maybe let me just even remove this one for now. Let's just keep it simple. Okay, so we are done with our flow. Fill the form, go into the Google Sheet, and then a mail should be sent out. So I will share the link in the comments now in the chat. So I would want you to fill the form and then confirm to me that you received the mail. So when you are done now, you can run it. You know, if you run it now, I have said right from now, start paying attention to the form. Let me stop for now. I can say run it automatically yourself every 15 minutes, every 5 minutes, 2 minutes, I can decide. And what we've done here, I called it integration Google form. I can save it. I can change the name. So next time you want to create something else like this, you can easily clone this one instead of recreating it from scratch again. You can say every 15 minutes, you can say every day, but this one, I just want to run it myself and I want you to see the results almost immediately. So let me drop the link in the chat so you can fill the form and then you will see the mail. Yeah. Let me confirm if the link is right. Let me see. Okay, it's right. So I've shared the link now. Let me run it. So I want you to just um, go to that link and fill the form. So once you're done filling the form, just say done in the chat so that I can just check out the flow so that we'll see what has happened. So the time is gone. We won't be able to do that of ChatGPT today. We'll do that probably next week. So that one, when you receive a mail from somebody, you want ChatGPT to draft a personalized mail with a lot of information about your company. So if the person is asking questions, ChatGPT is responding as you, as your customer service, and then it will send the mail back to the person. So that's what we'll do next week. The link is in the chat now. You should have the link in the chat. Um, Somebody is requesting for it again. It should be in the chat. Let me go to Facebook here and see. It should be there, right? The link should be there. So let me. No, no, no. Once you set up the flow that every 15 minutes or every 2 p.m., whether you are online, whether you are not online, it will run. You know, everything is online here. Whatever you say there is online. Yours is just to say, I've set it up every 15 minutes, be running. Even if you are in the bush that there is no internet, it will still run, right? It will still run. Oh, okay. Let me put it in. Let me put a link there myself now. Okay, paste, paste. Okay, so I've dropped the link now. Okay, some people have seen the link already now. Yeah, done. I've seen some people are saying done. Okay, so the Google form, I want you to fill the Google form, and then once I'm done with it here, I will want you to check your mail so that you will see what has happened. The link is here. It's on my chat. Let me pin it just like you said. I can see it on Facebook. Oh. I'm on Facebook, so I can see the link on Facebook. I think there are many comments there. So it's there. Just filter and go to the recent link. It's there. Yes, Damilola, it's live, so you will always see there. You will always see the video on mine. Yeah, thank you, Mama Roboshi. It's there now. Thank you for that. So it's there. So fill the form, and you will get a mail. Right? You'll get a mail that's uh, personalized mail. So fill the form, then I'll run it, and we'll check it out. Okay, done. I think I can just run it now. For many of us that must have filled it, we will confirm the response that you receive. So we are 8 minutes um, past 8 now. 8 minutes past 8. Okay, so let me run it. If there is an error here, it will tell me that there is an error. But as it is now, there is nothing. There is no error. So it is running now. It is telling me that, oh, um, people have filled the form, you know, and I will show you the Excel form. I'll show you the. You notice what is happening here, that it's doing two at a time. Why is it doing two at a time? Because of what we did here. We said the limit should be two at a time. So let me just increase that so that many of us will be able to receive that. Uh-huh. Okay. Uh-huh. So it's sending. Yes, so it's doing more than two now. 4, 5. Many of us have failed. You see that I'm seeing it 6, 7, 8, and it's telling me how many emails that has gone out. 10, 9. So I can see that real time. So even if I'm sleeping, the flow is working, and that's the essence of automation. You're not there, it is working. This is just like a simple basic demonstration. This is simple basic demonstration. By the time you start seeing different scenarios, then you'll be like, wow, this thing it's magical. So I want you to just check your. Can you see all that you are feeling here? Can you see all that you are feeling? So I'm getting the feedback here real time. I can work on this. I can act on this. As you are feeling, it's storing it here. It's sending mail. If I want it to be doing something else too, it will be doing it too. If I want it to still be doing something else underneath, I want to take your responses to ChatGPT for you to get something. I can set up an automation to create lesson note for you, to create images, to create proposals. as you, I will just request for your topic. Drop your topic. I'll feed it in my powerful automation, and my automation will come up with a document for you. It can write for you, and you just get the feedback. So this is a simple flow that we've been able to create today. So how many of us have received the mail? Okay, Bukola is saying she has received the mail. And can you just copy and paste the response in the chat? I want to see that it's personalized response to you. That, oh, dear Shola, this is this is that. I would have loved us to do that of ChatGPT today, but yeah, we'll do that next Friday. We'll do that on Friday. Okay, so I can take questions for 4 minutes. You can just drop the questions in the chat. Drop it in the chat. I'll pick it up from there. Drop it in the chat. We'll pick it up from there. So we'll do that will involve AI next week. We'll see how we bring in ChatGPT into whatever we do, and then everything is working at the background. You are not there. It is chatting with the person, as if you are the one chatting with the customer. Okay, your order. Okay, dear Bukola, thank you for your order with Ola Wears. Your order is being processed as below, and then goods order, bag, color red. Thank you for choosing us. Okay, thank you to Olaniran, Ibitoye, Ayo. Okay, what's the difference between this application and Mailchimp? Mailchimp, yes, it can do, because Mailchimp primarily is for you to be able to send bulk email addresses. You use it for your digital marketing and all that, but it doesn't have all the modules, all the applications that are present here. You know, let me click on add again and just show you. Look at my scroll bar here. You see how tiny it is. So, and I'm scrolling, I'm scrolling, I'm scrolling. Even if my flow has nothing to do with email, I will still be able to use my flow. You know, as people are dropping something in Shopify, it's sending the responses. So there are a lot of things you can do here. Automate your Instagram posts, your LinkedIn posts, your Facebook posts. I did another automation. Let me just show you the scenario to just show you what's possible. Okay, let me save this. I did an automation. I signed up on different newsletters. You know, yes, it can work on any website. Any website, you'll be able to embed it there. I created a workflow to pick content from all the newsletters that I've signed up in, and then it will take the content from my mails, take it to ChatGPT, and create a newsletter for me, and then send out the newsletters to the people in my database. You see how powerful that is? Maybe I signed up to the World Economic Forum. I signed up to Microsoft's newsletter. I signed up to different guys that normally write stuff every week. But I want to also be creating newsletter or a blog. So I set up my flow, pick all my newsletters from my mail, take it into ChatGPT, use the newsletter, draft like a newsletter for me, send it to my own list of email addresses, and I'm doing nothing. So it's getting the newsletter from people, summarizing it, and sending it out. So it works that way. And can the automation work with WhatsApp? Yes. If you go to the apps, let me show you the scenarios here, like a new one here. You see that WhatsApp is there. Like I said, I've tested it, so you can connect it to WhatsApp here. WhatsApp business, WhatsApp business. So you have WhatsApp here, so you can connect it to WhatsApp. Microsoft Forms too. Yes, you can connect it to Microsoft. Um, you see, can you see Microsoft Excel? Can you see Microsoft Power BI? Can you see Microsoft Outlook? So you still have that too. Microsoft Word, Microsoft. So you have different templates here, different apps rather. Yeah, so you have it here. All right, so this is 8:15. We will pick it up from here next week. Next week, we will do the one I did in my video that many of us are saying, oh, can you show me how to do this? I'm talking about the automatic email responder, sort of, where you bring in ChatGPT in there. This is just scratching the surface. So I want us to try this out as our assignment, and at the same time begin to think, how can you use this in your own day-to-day process? Or, and then not or, that's one. Two, begin to look for use cases for businesses so that you can take the idea, the skill, and approach people. You know what? It's taking forever for you to do this thing that you are doing. Let me help you set up a flow, and then you make your money from there. So free will allow you do 1,000 operations per month. So that's the limit here. So I'm still using free. For free version, you'll be able to do 1,000 operations per month. So if you want to upgrade, you upgrade to a plan. So if depending on the job you're doing, right? See, the next one is just $9 per month, and that one is unlimited number of scenarios, 40 minutes execution time, 100 MB file size. So meaning you want to put all the Q&A, the frequently asked questions from people, and you want to drop it there so that your chat respond to people. And then 10,000 operations per month, which is cool. 120,000 operation. So the companies you are building the flow for, they will be the one to pay for this. Okay, they'll be the one to pay for it. It's not as if you are not the one that will pay this money. Can one use WhatsApp to automate? Yes. Automate WhatsApp group members' date of birth through this. You can sit down and plan the flow. You already have an Excel file, a Google Sheet file. You have the names of your people and their birthday. You want birthday message to be sent out on your groups or in the WhatsApp. You need to think around the use cases. That's why I said the possibilities are endless. It depends on you, right? It depends on you. Compare it to Salesforce. Salesforce is a CRM, if I'm right, and that's like you storing your data, you're doing certain things there. But it has limitations in terms of the connectors that are available. The connectors that are available. Are you the one that copied the name or the name picked automatically? Which name are you talking about? You can give your scenarios a name yourself. Okay. All right. So I think I will just end it now. We will have another one next week, Friday. We'll be doing this on Fridays. Um, if one design it for organization and make.com have issues, make.com is like your Yahoo, your Gmail now, your Microsoft account now. Hopefully, they won't have that kind of downtime because many people are using it. Okay, right. So people are asking about paid classes. So there's no paid classes for this for now. The only paid class, the classes that we do at the moment are just cybersecurity and data analytics. And this year's cohort will start January 18. We'll have orientation for data analytics. January 19, we have orientation for cybersecurity. So that is online. We do it online Saturdays and Sundays. Saturdays 10 to 12 a.m., Sundays 5 to 7 p.m. for 12 weeks. So you can just check out techprimehub.org. I'll put that in the chat. techprimehub.org/data analytics if you want to sign up for that. All right. So we'll meet again next week. Uh, all right. Thank you. Thank you, Prince. Thank you. The data analytics and cybersecurity for now is 300K naira, Nigerian naira. So I'm handing the stream now. We'll meet again next week, but I'll continue to post on my page. You can drop your questions there. I'll try. Yeah, I'll try. No, yes, the mail I set it up myself that I should be picking the mail of the person